If you're thinking about changing schools, why wait? At Manhattan University, love those guys. You don't have to start over. With transfer-friendly pathways, your credits count, and you keep moving forward. From day one, you're part of Jasper Nation, preparing for the real world. And with New York City just a train away, opportunity is everywhere. Ready to move forward without missing a step? Visit manhattan.edu/transfer and enroll today. Manhattan University. Don't start over. Move forward.
Excuse me! Taxi! What are you doing? This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Right, and they want the opposite, obviously.
Let's go to Rod Blagojevich.
Absolutely, we love him. Rod Blagojevich, of course, the former governor of Illinois. And Rod, it's so great to talk with you. The other big story of the day is all this craziness happening in Minneapolis. And if you look at the latest reports, they're saying these anti-ICE activists want to set up 1,000 blockades, 1,000 checkpoints. I mean, this is how can you have a city like that?
Well, I mean, this is what the new politics in America is. The Democratic Party has been taken over by Bolsheviks, socialists, anarchists, and people who hate America, and they're being funded by people who have a lot of money from other countries.
Well, you know what, Rod? You know what they're doing? They're taking the billions of dollars that were stolen off the front page of the media.
Yeah, sure. It's really disgraceful. I was just asked a question just moments ago, and it was about what happened to the Democratic Party. Who's the leader of the Democratic Party? And I said there is no one leader. It's the leaders of the Democratic Party today are these crazy left-wing Bolshevik socialist activists who have taken the party hostage, and all of these different presidential candidates who are Democrats are pandering to them because they're afraid of them, because they use these Marxist tactics and are organized, and they're getting funded by those people from other places who don't like our country and are frankly enemies to our country.
Do you know who's absent from these protests and demonstrators? Immigrants and African Americans. They are absent from these protests. The only people that are protesting are white people. Sorry to say that, but that's the truth.
And a lot of women too. That's the other thing.
These are women that don't have a job, and they're getting paid to go out and protest. So their job is to go out and protest. These are not legitimate protests.
Well, and by the way, we saw also, Governor, just recently, to Fernando's point, there was all this video that I've seen in the last day or two of people greeting the buses, and they're like, hey, where are you coming from? These are in Minneapolis, the folks with the signs, and they're on camera saying San Francisco, Atlanta. I didn't hear a single person.
They're busing them in from everywhere.
Right. I didn't hear a single person, Governor Blagojevich, say Minnesota.
No, it's interesting. I just saw a number. The other thing I just saw is a statistics. There are more illegal immigrants in America today after Biden opened up the gates and unlocked the doors than there are legal American citizens in 5 states. Think about that. No country can sustain that. And the taxpayers of America work hard and pay their taxes, shouldn't see their tax money be paid for that at the expense, frankly, of low-income neighborhoods that disproportionately are black, and supposedly the Democratic Party cares about black people, but they're getting less in terms of help or building up their communities because the money's going to illegal immigrants, many of whom, 10 to 15% of whom, are criminals.
Judge Weinberg.
Governor, good to talk to you again, sir. So,
hi, Judge.
There was a fellow from Chicago. His name was Saul Alinsky, and he did the Handbook for Radicals. And
right.
The gambit in that Handbook for Radicals is to show how you can stop legitimate law enforcement and government activities by this kind of activist behavior. So this is all out of that playbook. What do you think about that?
I think you hit it exactly on the head, Judge, and I'm not saying that because I'm appearing before you on a case and I'm looking for mercy for my client. You hit it right on the head. It's exactly what's happening. They are disciples of Saul Alinsky and that sort of, how would I say it, civil disobedience kind of politics, but it's not a civil disobedience of love like Martin Luther King or Gandhi. This is a violent, hateful, Bolshevik type civil disobedience.
Well, the reference to civil disobedience means you break the law to make a point, but you accept your punishment. These people are not about accepting responsibility of punishment. They're about breaking down the system.
Absolutely, Judge. Yeah. And that's the definition of a revolutionary, isn't it?
Exactly right, sir.
Yeah. And that's the Democratic Party today. I hate to say it.
Yeah, we also have, by the way, we have another Democrat here. We have Governor Patterson, Governor.
My favorite
He's
governor
really
in America.
He's really a Republican. He's not really a Democrat.
So, Rod, I've been meaning to ask you this. When did you first glean that what we're seeing today was coming? Was it 2 or 3 years ago or 10 years ago? Because you really called a lot of this stuff before it happened.
Yeah, that's a great question, Governor. You know what? I think really, after what they did to me, and it was a different sort of this, but it was the undoing of an election by weaponized prosecutors, criminalizing legal things. They did it to Trump. They did it to me. They're doing it to President Dodik in Srpska, a Christian president there, and the European Union people are doing it. But I think this sort of on-the-street stuff I saw right after George Floyd, and I could identify it. And it happened in Chicago. There was great violence in our city, and I knew some of the players through my own experiences the years before in politics. Some of the social activists who have been they've been turned into sort of radicals. So I would say right after George Floyd, just after I came home in what would it be, the summer of 2020.
Yeah, very interesting.
Governor Blagojevich, speaking of sort of like radical statements, it's been shocking for me to hear, even in the last few days, some of this rhetoric coming from the party of Governor Patterson and you, okay? but if you listen to it.
Judge Weinberg, too.
And Judge Weinberg, too.
You're a Democrat, Judge Weinberg?
Yeah.
For 75 years.
Wait a minute. What's going on here?
I'm a registered independent, by the way.
There's no excuses here why you should be a Democrat.
Hey, I like that line.
No excuses.
You should have a show called No Excuses.
We
ever thought about that?
We are coming out with no excuses. But, Governor, question for you. Why is it that the Democrats now are embracing the immigrant community? Is it because they've lost the black community? Or they're losing the African-American community?
Well, that's part of it. And the more that they embrace the illegal immigrant community,
the
not
more
the legal,
African-Americans they'll lose.
Of course. There's no doubt about it, because they understand after all these years of giving 90 to 95% of the vote to the Democratic candidates, they're sick and tired of being treated as third-class citizens.
That's
correct.
correct.
It's a form of racism by today's Democratic Party. They prioritize everybody else over black people, and the only reason that you have Democratic governors in states like Illinois and New York, or, in all these other big states with big cities, is because of the black vote. Take a black vote out, every one of those Democrats from Pritzker on down would lose.
And, before I let you go, Governor, I want to ask you about the crazy rhetoric. Jerry Nadler this week said, if you were attacked by a masked person, you might think you were being kidnapped. You'd be justified in shooting that person. He's talking about ICE. Schumer said masked thugs. But, this rhetoric is so dangerous, whoever they're trying to rally.
I served with Jerry Nadler in the Congress for 6 years. He was a larger version of what he is now. I know with Pritzker, same kind of, changes. But, he was a very strong advocate for gun control. Here's another example of how upside down everything is with these Democrats. Now all of a sudden he's pro-gun. In other words, they should actually use guns against law enforcement. It's madness. And I think he's being pushed into saying stuff like that because he's pandering to what has now become the base of the Democratic Party, which is a bunch of left-wing Bolshevik communists.
Oh, Rod, Nadler and I were in the same district. I was a state senator and he was the assemblyman, and he was to the left of how far left can go on this planet at that time. Right. It's shocking. I can't believe that he said this.
He's termed out. Am I correct? He's not running again.
He's not running again.
Thank God.
Right. But you
might get somebody worse.
Well, yeah, you might. Right. Right. But to the governor's point, it sort of shows that you're right. They were sort of considered the moderates. There's no moderate anymore.
Right. There's no moderates in the Democratic Party to moderate some of these Democrats. And a lot of these Democrats who are fundamentally moderate, I know a lot of them. Pritzker, for example, worked for me. A lot of these Democrats are just pandering to what they believe is now the power of the party, because they're politicians. You know how they are, with the exception of Governor Patterson and me. All the rest of them just blow with the wind. And let's put Trump in there, too.
And also Judge Weinberg, too.
And Judge Weinberg.
I do not blow with the wind.
Governor Blagojevich, thank you so much for coming on. And you know who we're coming on now? We have Andrew Cuomo's secretary, which is the official thing, is the number 2 person in government in New York State. We have
Melissa DeRosa.
If you'd like to stay on for a few minutes, you can stay on.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yes.
Sure, if you'd like me to.
Yeah, stay on for a few minutes.
Governor, are you thinking of running for office again?
Is that you?
That's Fernando Mateo.
This is Fernando Mateo.
This is Fernando Mateo.
Your new press secretary.
Yes.
Hi, Fernando.
How are you, Governor? I followed you. I followed your whole career. I think you're an amazing guy.
We would all support you in Illinois.
Are you running again?
Look, I'm just trying to stay out of trouble.
Okay, it's a serious question. I'd like for the people to know if you would run again.
They passed a law in Illinois, and he's the only one they have on that he's not allowed to run for governor.
Move out and go to Florida. DeSantis' term is over. Run as a Republican.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
It does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.